Look at how clear this water is. It's
crystal
clear.
It is crystal clear.
So we got the pie and the pie, some kind of Buckeye pie and the Hoosier pie. So we're going to see who's better, Indiana or Ohio.
I'm playing 2 games with Eden and Liam, and I'm losing at both. And I beat Sienna and Liam at both.
So we are all packed up and ready to go to Indiana. We are staying at Clifty Falls, and we're gonna do all kinds of fun stuff. But before we did, I wanted to tell you something that I'm kind of adding on to our summer, because as we've been planning our trip out west, where we are going from Ohio across Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas. We're going to Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado, up to Pikes Peak. We're doing 4 of the Mighty 5 in Utah. We're doing Vegas, the Grand Canyon. The list goes on. And then back home through Texas and Tennessee. I've been doing all this research and making all our plans, and something became really obvious, which is food has to be part of our YouTube channel. It just has to, because I love food so much. And each state that I'm researching, that's like one of the things. What is the food that the people eat here? What are their desserts? And so I have decided to make it a mission, not just this year, but just in my life in general, to have the dessert from each of the 50 states that I feel best represents that state. And I wanted to tell you guys this plan, and that a huge part of this isn't just going to be, you know, RV travel, but also food travel. Because I'm going to start in Indiana. Because Indiana has Hoosier Pie, which is a sugar cream pie, and I've never had it, and I live 1 state away. So we are going to have Hoosier Pie this weekend, and Buckeye Pie, which I'm going to make. And we're going to see what we think of Hoosier Pie. And then throughout this entire year, we're going to be eating delicious food from a lot of the 50 states, including desserts.
So I decided to go with the 3-way today. Or,
yeah,
the 4-way.
Oh, the 4-way.
I decided to get beans because I'm like, oh yeah.
Okay, I like chili with beans too.
And you kind of have you build it yourself.
Yeah.
So nice pile of cheddar
Nice.
cheese, crackers, and hot sauce.
Oh.
Which is best. You can see.
And then you can't.
There it is.
Yeah.
Let me get a fork.
You can't tell the pasta from here, right? There it is.
There it is. So it's the spaghetti covered in there. Skyline chili and beans.
Oh, look. Everest is like, I need that. I would like the chili very much, please. No. No chili for you, Everest.
It's so cinnamony. It's like, that's good stuff.
It's Greek. Can you tell it's Greek with the cinnamon? It's Greek. It's called Greek chili. I know it's Ohio. It's classic Ohio, but.
This is Ohio chili. I think you're mistaken.
So I'm eating Sienna's. She's put the crackers in the hot sauce, but it's important. Everest really wants this. It's important to me to have the pasta, because I'm not normally a chili over pasta fan. But actually, you know what? It's not bad. For an Ohio girl, I should like Skyline Chili more than I do. But I understand what all the hype is about, because it's really unusual and yet still completely approachable. The cinnamon almost makes it taste sweet. And it's not soup. It is not soup. It is a topping for pasta.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely tastes like Ohio and Greece.
All right, E, what do you got?
I have Five Guys, which is a classic somewhere. And it's really yummy.
It smells amazing.
It does.
Here's my full verdict on Skyline Chili. I think that it tastes a little bit cheap, like cheap chili. And if I was just gonna get chili, I would prefer like Wendy's over it. But the pasta is next level. So there's like ups and downs with it. Today, my choice was between Skyline Chili and Five Guys, and faced with that choice again, I would pick Five Guys. But it was definitely worth my time today, and it was an enjoyable filling lunch.
So basically, chili over pasta, yes, which makes you a true Ohioan, like peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah.
But maybe Skyline's chili is too much for you. Yeah, I agree. It's the flavoring of it.
Or maybe even
The
just
spices.
It's just kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like you get the cinnamon and it's sweet, and you're like, oh,
Right.
and then you're like, okay, well. And it needed the beans. If I didn't get the beans,
Oh,
it would
yeah.
have been so boring.
It's got tons of spices in it, but for chili, it feels not quite right. And of course, Wendy's is Ohio too. And Wendy's chili over pasta, we should totally do that.
Oh, we should.
We definitely should do
Very
that.
good.
And it'd be double Ohio.
All right, go.
Let me try it out.
So we are at Clifty Falls. I'm going to start all the way over.
In Indiana.
We're at Clifty Falls.
In
Do
Indiana.
you want to know that you're in Clifty Falls?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can we start that over and you not talk?
All right, go.
We're in Clifty Falls.
Indiana.
All right, go.
We're in Clifty Falls.
Indiana.
We were planning our summer last year. Actually, at our very last camping trip of last year, we started planning this year because we knew everybody in the world was going to buy a camper, and we were nervous that the good spots would be taken. And my one thing is we have to go to at least one state park that has gorgeous waterfalls. We've already been to Hocking Hills so many times because we live near Hocking Hills. And so Matthew, who is familiar with Indiana, and Karen, who's very good at Googling, says, hey, how about Clifty Falls, Indiana? And so we're doing Clifty Falls, and we're getting ready right now to go see waterfalls. And this morning we started off with breakfast.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. We did a breakfast charcuterie board spread where you could make your own sandwich and put it over the fire. And it was amazing. And now, after 7 months of planning, we're going to go hike and see some waterfalls. And this time, we're going to bring water.
Please tell me we can go down there.
Wow. Big Clifty Falls. Oh, and it's got that it's 60 foot, too. hiking begin. It's not for the faint of heart, this little hike. You can go under the bridge, right? Like these people are.
It's crystal clear.
It is crystal clear. Don't drink it though. We're right next to a power
I'm
plant.
not going.
Why is the plant so near the park? Yes, that is our question. And the answer is we were gathering uranium for nuclear reactors and atomic weapons. And then it switched to providing electricity. Craziness. And the inn's been here since 1924, which is just, yeah, it's so relaxing to imagine atomic weapons outside your window being created. So peaceful. Very close quarters. There goes it. Whoa!
Pie and the pie, some kind of Buckeye Pie and
Yeah.
a Hoosier Pie. So we're going to see who's better, Indiana or Ohio.
Well, I don't know if we're going to see who's better.
Definitely going to see who's better.
All right, so you watched us.
Who's
make
better?
this.
He doesn't say.
Ooh, okay.
Berries too, if anybody wants them.
Yeah, we do. Oh.
It's from Broad Ripple, which is a fun little niche of arts and crafts and fun little bars and restaurants in Indianapolis.
Okay, and this is because the one that's the Hoosier Pie that makes Hoosier Pie famous is who makes that?
That would be Wix.
Wix.
And frankly, we're just not a fan of
You're
Wix.
not fans. Okay,
But
so
this is delicious.
and what's the name of the place one more
It's
time?
Pots and Pans Pie Company.
Pots and
they
Pans Pie
cream
Company.
brulee the
A
crust.
cream brulee. Okay. So this is it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Hoosier Pie approved by Hoosiers from Pots and Pans Pie Company. I am very excited, and they have brought berries and whipped cream. And that's the way you like it, or that's the way Indiana people like it, Ward? True Indiana.
That's the way I like it. I think Indiana people take it any way they can do it. Plain or with toppings. Yeah.
So this is the Buckeye Pie. That's the Buckeye Pie that I made at home. And the Buckeyes get piled on top, so you get all the yumminess. And this is the Hoosier Pie. So here's Ohio and Indiana on a plate. And I already know what Buckeye Pie tastes like, but I wanted to start my 50-state dessert journey at home. So I'm gonna have that one first, even though I know what it tastes like, with some of the cream on top. And this is not whipped cream. So good. This is Jell-O pudding, instant Jell-O pudding cheesecake flavor with heavy whipping cream, beaten, because then it's got kind of a whipped cream texture, but it will stay on the pie. You can see. I put this on here yesterday and was able to travel with it today, and it's still there with that creamy flavor versus whipped cream, which, you know, is very fluffy but goes away. Okay, so Buckeye Pie is creamy. It has a chocolate cookie crust, and of course you can eat the Buckeye with it, so you get even more chocolate. And it's just so delicious. It's sweet and peanut buttery and chocolatey. All right. And obviously I'm from Ohio. It's the best pie, right? Ever, anywhere. Okay. But now I'm going to taste my very first taste of Hoosier pie. And this one, the top has been creme brulee. And so the sugar has been caramelized. I still have Buckeye Pie on my fork. I got to get rid of that. So you see that yummy crisp, and then look at the crust. It's thin and flaky. And it's called Sugar Cream Pie. Obviously, there's no peanut butter. It's just sugar. And I understand why they said they like the caramelization, because without it. Can you hear the dog desperate to have some of this?
He would like some.
He's very noisy about this. It's sugar. And the best thing about it for me is the texture. It's so creamy and luscious and not overly sweet, even though it's called sugar. It is absolutely delicious. And the crust is really, really flaky. So I'm a big fan of Hoosier pie, but it's not as good as Buckeye Pie.
I'm so good. Please give me some.
So Tim, I don't know anybody that likes Buckeyes and Buckeye Pie more than Tim. And he's going to try Hoosier pie for the first time.
You guys took off and you had some kind of secret clandestine walk, so we decided to eat the pie.
Peanut butter is my favorite thing in the world.
It's very good.
I found Matthew.
It's creamy and sugary, and it reminds me of a Tres Leches kind of pie, but it's thicker.
Yeah. Like Tres Leche cake, but
Yeah,
in
it's
a
good.
pie form.
It's very good. Yeah. Very edible. If I didn't know that Buckeye Pie existed, this would be pretty good.
Who broke the lock? I don't know. Who broke the lock on the henhouse door?
Hey, Everest.
Before I go,
Are you drinking?
lock on the henhouse door.
He's like, not now.
No way he can be just photogenic.
I still think it's one of those Thomas boys.